The apartment smelled faintly of warm milk and vanilla lotion. Ethan Harper stood quietly in the doorway, watching his 7-year-old daughter, Lila, sleeping peacefully under a thin blanket. Outside, the wind had started to whisper against the windows, carrying the promise of a storm. "Daddy?" Lila murmured, half asleep. Ethan stepped closer and knelt beside her. "I'm here, Princess. You'll call me tonight?" she asked softly, her small fingers wrapping around his. "Always," he smiled gently. "Just like every night." He brushed her hair away from her face and kissed her forehead. For a moment he didn't move. Being a single father meant moments like these carried extra weight. Every night he left her alone, trusting the world to be kind. But the world wasn't always kind. He stood, switched off the light, and left the door slightly open. In the kitchen, he double-checked the locks, packed her lunch for tomorrow, and stepped out into the cold night. By the time Ethan reached the tall glass building where he worked, rain had begun to fall. Inside, the lobby was silent. The security guard nodded. "Storm's getting worse tonight." Ethan gave a calm reply, "I'll manage." He changed into his gray janitor uniform, simple, unnoticed, invisible. Upstairs, on the 23rd floor, Clara Thompson sat alone in her office. A powerful CEO, respected by many, feared by more. Yet tonight she felt empty. She glanced at the storm outside. Down below, Ethan quietly cleaned the floors, wiped the glass, and moved like a shadow no one noticed. At 11:48 p.m., the lights flickered. Then again, Ethan stopped. Something was wrong. He walked quickly toward the electrical panel and saw sparks. Without hesitation, he got to work. No panic, no noise. Just calm hands fixing what could have become a disaster. From above, Clara noticed the lights stabilize. She frowned. Something or someone had just prevented a major failure. But she didn't know who. At midnight, Ethan stepped aside and called home. "Daddy?" Leela answered. "I'm here," he said softly. Outside, thunder roared. Inside the building, the night had just begun. The storm intensified. Rain hit the glass like bullets, and thunder shook the building. Ethan pushed his cleaning cart down the hallway, his movements steady despite the chaos outside. He had learned long ago panic never fixes anything. On the 20th floor, Clara stood by the window, watching lightning split the sky. For the first time in years, she felt uneasy. Suddenly darkness. The power cut. Emergency lights turned red. An alarm echoed. Ethan grabbed his tools instantly. "Electrical issue on 18, the radio crackled. "I'm on it," he replied. He ran up the stairs. On the 18th floor, smoke filled the air. A small fire had started inside an electrical box. Without hesitation, Ethan grabbed an extinguisher and put it out. Calm, fast, precise. Clara arrived seconds later. She froze. A janitor, handling fire like a trained professional. "You're not maintenance," she said. Ethan didn't even look at her. Fire doesn't care about titles. He fixed the wiring, restored power, and quietly walked away. Clara stood there, speechless. For the first time, she noticed something. This man was different. The storm reached its peak. On the rooftop, a massive ventilation unit broke loose. Ethan climbed up alone. Wind screamed around him. Rain blinded him. Still, he moved forward. If that unit fell, it could destroy the building's power system. He tied himself with a belt and secured the machine, risking his life. Without hesitation, Clara saw everything, and for the first time, she felt something she hadn't felt in years: respect. At 2 a.m., a new crisis hit. An executive was trapped inside an elevator. Panic. Screaming. Ethan arrived calmly. "Stay with me," he said through the door. He manually reset the system. Opened the door. Saved him. No applause. He walked away. Clara watched. This wasn't luck. This was character. Water flooded the server room. A burst pipe. Millions at risk.